This episode of ID Yourself is brought to you by Leah Maria. Now, Leah Maria is a person out of Tacoma, Washington, who owns a company named Shreds Jeans. Now, Shreds Jeans is a like a nice, fresh, new feel, a new look, a new online boutique, owned and operated by Leah. You understand? She has fashion-forward clothing, you feel me? Specialized in custom jeans and adding chains and patchwork and all kind of that distressed look that we all love to enjoy, you feel me? They take pride in providing unique and one-of-a-kind styles made specially just for you. Make sure you follow her on Instagram, /ShredsJeanCo, ShredsJeansCo, Shreds Jeans Co. Or you can just go online at shredsjeansco.com. That being said, I want everybody to feel comfortable with providing me with any of your company's information so that I can help promote it on this platform that I'm creating for everybody. It's not just for me. So once again, welcome to ID Yourself. It's your boy ID. We are actually in the lab once again at DTJ Rap Studios. I'm going to go ahead and just get right into it. You know, we do this thing at this point, and I'm kind of getting comfortable with my audience and, you know, the way I kind of can kind of feel vibes with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We actually I end up having a lot of discussions that I normally wouldn't have with people who don't even, hold on. I end up having a lot of discussions with people that I wouldn't even have discussions with had they not realized, like, oh man, he feels the way I feel, or whatever, from seeing my Facebook Live. So good morning. I'm an early bird, so sometimes my Facebook Lives be late, but part of my voice, it is a little early. Let's get into it. Let's talk about some things. We're gonna call this segment CMI. We're gonna call it community, music. Just a couple ideas, you know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody can use an idea. A lot of people, they like hold out on other people with like helping them on their ideas, or like helping them expand an idea maybe, or something that could utilize them propelling forward with whatever their dreams and goals are, you know? And we will start with community, because that's what's most important to me right now. So this guy named Ralph Smart. Ralph Smart said, being rich is different than the average theorized terminology of being rich. So being rich usually means like I got a pocket full of money, I got fucking, you know, I got 3-4 cars in the driveway, I can afford to do this or buy that. Like that's usually what rich is. But what this man wrap my mind around is the concept that like being rich is, and he defined it himself, realizing I create happiness. You know, it's like when you're rich the right way, you impact people the right way with the riches of the quality of life that you have to offer. When all you have is the riches in your pocket to offer, like you're gonna get somebody's attention, but it's not gonna be the right people. You feel me? I think that being huge. Let's just talk about the coronavirus real quick. You know, it seems that everybody was enjoying the little bit of freedom that we had started to be able to enjoy. Like I said, we're the generation of what used to be what's called normal. Now this has got to be normal. This is normalcy now. Nobody gets to go past this feeling because of what we've gotten to in the world. So I'm reading online, and it's talking about Arizona and Texas and all these outbreaks, and even Washington has like an outbreak again, and it's in the hundreds, you know what I mean? So it's like you kind of got to wrap your mind around that globally, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna read it. It says Arizona spiked for outbreaks, Texas, California, Florida especially, 10,000 cases a day. 10,000. So I'm just gonna keep reading. It says everyone is being pretty much like Don't quote me on any of this. I'm just trying to be some like knowledgeable source of information. I'm watching the news all day long. I'm talking to the homies in the barbershops and all you seeing up and down the strip. You feel me? I'm just doing my due diligence of providing information for somebody who maybe doesn't even watch cable, right? So it says that everyone is potentially going to go back to a level 2, potentially a level 1, and so be very careful. And that's all my little notation says here. But it's like, that's crazy, man. Like, those numbers are bananas, yo. Like, for real. So it's like, and this is going to sound stupid, but like one of my biggest pet peeves is when somebody comes to my crib, right? And they be like, yo, let me use the bathroom. I'm like, all right. And they go to the bathroom, and then I can hear them using the sink and the irrigation to wash their hands. And then when they get finished, they will come out of the restroom, and we will continue with our day. My pet peeve comes in when I go to the restroom afterwards, and I see these little black bubbles of soap on top of my bar of soap, just resting on the soap. And it seems petty, yo, but like, just check it out. Just clean everything, even the soap you're using to clean yourself. Like, when you get done washing your hands, rinse the soap off before you put that bar back into the tray, you dig? Be respectful for the next man and the germs that they don't want to have on them either. Because we don't need another 10,000 a day type shit ever, my nigga. That shit just hit me heavy. I didn't think we were going to end up going back to a level 2 or 1 or any of that kind of thing. So, like, it was cool to be able to kind of ball out and take my homies out to a restaurant or a bar, you feel me? And like, all of us really just like social distance, of course, but finally able to just enjoy connectivity, like people, just homies, you feel me? Friendly times, you feel me? Good times, if you will. Like, that shit was shit crazy. A few more things about the community. This one's a little more national, actually. I heard this. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. I swear to God. Hold on. So yesterday I read that the lady who is the author of the Magic School Bus died. Like, she is gone now. We don't get another new Magic School Bus no more. It says her name was Joanna Cole. She was 75. She wrote over 250 books and sold over 100 million copies. She died July 12th and of unknown causes. She had 18 plus years of her series. Moment in silence and rest in peace for Joanna. For sure. But I hate when people call me. I hate when people call me when I'm on live. You see how I glitched on y'all like that? My man's is gonna see this later and be like, oh, you was talking about me? Yeah, yo. Like, come on, man. I already got your message. Let me finish what I'm doing right now. But yeah, man, that was crazy with the Magic School Bus thing. I think that it's noble as fuck. I think the last person I was that proud of for their tenure and their career was Judge Judy. She retired, and she's like 70-something and did Judge Judy for like 25 years, yo. So it's like, when people dedicate their lives to their work, I think this is like just something that, you know, we owe them in their moment of passing. Next piece of news, I got that. Okay. Oh, this is kind of terrible, and terrible in a way that people should know about it so we can change the way this happens. Last weekend, basically, so a calendar year backwards, there was 26 deaths in New York. Just gun shootings, people running up on other people, like, just, yo, give me the money, right? They calculated the death toll of that same weekend this year, which is last weekend, and they came up with 101 deaths in one weekend, compared to a previous calendar year that only had 21 deaths that same weekend. There's something going on this year that's really like disturbing the entire energy of the planet. So if you're not doing your part, like, I shouldn't even be on live right now at 9 o'clock in the morning, you feel me? But it's like, if you're not doing your part to submit energy towards a positive outcome and propel this world in the direction that it needs to be in instead of the way it's already going, bro, like, please get out the way. 17 new deaths and 742 new cases. Come on, man. On to another topic. Amazon, I'm finding out that like hackers, right? Everybody knows what a hacker is. Hackers will, hack into your computer and unbeknownst to you, do things that are illegal and disrespectful. I found out that hackers are buying Amazon accounts from people that just snitch. So snitching has become a job at this point. You can get a hacker on your line, my nigga, and like as soon as you, we'll just say complete the transaction type shit, you dig? Then that, what up, Deuce? Homie. But at that point, man, like nothing is sacred in the sense of the internet. If you think for 1 minute you're making an Amazon account or you have your Apple account or you think that nobody can touch you because you have a pro account or a premium account, you're lying to yourself. They're out there selling niggas accounts. I got hacked a year and a half ago for like $700 and 2 terabytes worth of information. Don't be stupid out here. Stay sharp. Keep your stuff locked down. Keep passwords on things. Keep a firewall on things. Like, I'm saying, the VPNs, all that stuff, yo. Be knowledgeable or stay off the internet so you keep your life protected. Friendly suggestion. Bob Saget. Let's get to this one. This is one of my favorite ones. I want to talk about this because I watched this last night. Bob Saget was on Joe Rogan's podcast last night and reported speculations that if you take a whole box of X-Lax, you can shit yourself to death. People, ladies and gentlemen, do not shit yourself to death. I'm just talking shit. My kid's having some diet issues, and with my son, he loves to eat. Like, we eat whatever, me and my kid, we fucking kick it hella tough, you feel me? And lately he hasn't been shitting, you know what I mean? So I'm about to set him up at a doctor's appointment, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna be all right, everything gonna be fine, but like, my nigga ain't shitting. So I'm like, dog, you want some of my steak? You want some of these apples? You want some of this fruit? You want to eat a little bit of this? You want a drink of water? When are you about to shit, bro? Because you haven't shit in, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm only making the joke because I'm worried about my kid. But we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna jump over to some music shit. First thing is these verses, these verses battles that people are doing where it's like, since we're on quarantine, then all of our favorite rappers of the world will like take 10 songs of theirs and take 10 songs of the other rapper and they'll battle their rap songs. You know what I mean? They'll battle to see who has a general popularity pool and winning, list of records compared to the other person's hit singles. And I would love to do something like that, but let's get into that later. So T.I. and 50 Cent, they're going to do a 20-song challenge, okay? So that's already established. I just heard yesterday that on July 22nd, not sure what time, it's at night, it says PM, but on July 22nd, Snoop Dogg and DMX are going to do a versus, which is going to be dope. Who wouldn't want to see Snoop Dogg and DMX battle their best hit singles of their entire career? You dig? So make sure you tune in and look out for that. More on some more sad hip hop news. Rest in peace to Lil Marlo, man. Like that was different for me because I'm not from where he's from, but I do know that I was listening to some of his music. Like that was a cool cat to watch grow. At the time that I was coming into his career as just somebody who wants to go viral. You know what I mean? It says he was shot and killed in Atlanta on the highway Saturday, July 11th. So once again, we're going to give a rest in peace and a moment of silence for Lil Marlo. For sure. It sucks when you have, like, I'm so embedded in the music industry at this point with myself and my personal lifestyle. Like, it wouldn't matter if I ever went viral. It wouldn't matter if I ever, like, sparked the brain that, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just want to put this energy where it's supposed to be located when people go to look for this kind of energy. You dig? And that's what should be important to everybody. But I'm just going to submit that that's the reason why I even make a Facebook Live in the first place. A lot of people know me for being pretty private, really fun, really outgoing, but pretty private. So I'm only making this Facebook Live for people to bounce ideas off of me, Use whatever you can out of this and do something with it. Just don't do nothing at all. Pop Smoke. We all love Pop Smoke. If you're involved in the hip-hop industry at all, you're aware that Pop Smoke has passed away recently in the past years of life being life. And recently reported, says 5 arrested in connection with fatal shooting of rapper Pop Smoke. Police say Thursday, July 9, 2020, detectives have arrested 3 adult males and 2 juvenile males into the related murder that happened February 19th. So this is an ongoing investigation, obviously, but I feel like this is the kind of thing we need. We need to not give up on a lot of things. We need to stop giving up. Like, people give up so easily on things that they feel like will never get resolved. Like you just read, or like I just read to you, this death happened a while ago. Whether you watch hip hop or not, you hear the dates, you know the numbers. That death happened a while ago, February. And you've heard of the first 48. A lot of times in the hood, we don't get that satisfaction to know like, no, we can go to sleep, man. They're never going to give up on us. They're never going to stop helping us out. They're never going to let go of the idea that they need justice for me. Just for me, not for the cop that's doing the investigation. He wants the justice for me. I'm supposed to feel that way. And information like that makes me feel like we might really need to put money into the cops instead of trying to take it away from them. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Once again, I'm just putting this energy into the world and leaving it in a place where you guys can find it and locate it if you need this specific kind of energy to bounce off of your brain. Because everybody's got a bunch of shit going on in their brain, but nobody has somebody else to bounce their ideas off of because you can't even get out your own 4 goddamn walls. So it's like, well, let's call a spade a spade. You feel me? So I'm putting this energy here, and I hope it does something good for the world, like somewhere out there. Last thing I want to talk about. These are just ideas. The reason why I call this thing CMI, community, music, and ideas is because a lot of times people hold off on like telephone numbers and submissions or ways that people can be involved in a submission or a performance or like an event or something that's just awesome, you know? A lot of times people hold down on one another and they really don't even know why. I'm assuming they don't know why because nobody ever's got a reason for why they didn't give me a telephone number when they knew I could have really used that producer's number. I could have really used that engineer's number. You know what I'm saying? I could have really used that photographer's number. But a lot of times people just don't have the reasons for why they don't want to give those numbers out. And I think that's a product of our environment. You know, we raised ourselves to be selfish and stingy as Americans. And that's just my personal opinion. But I feel like that can change just like anything else could. So I'm going to go ahead and spout off a couple of ideas. There's no such thing as a male bobby pin. I'm a male with long hair. Long hair don't care, but it does care sometimes. You dig? So when you hear this, if you're a innovative man with a head of hair, then I would make a suggestion to you, sir, to maybe think about starting a company that would be like, I would call mine like Rasta Clips or something. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like keeping it real with you and me. We all have enough ideas in our brain to not worry about the one that's going to make us rich and famous. So at this point, I'm tired of worrying about how many I'm going to hold out on y'all. I have the one idea that I know is going to make me rich, and I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. But beyond all that, I'm going to just keep spouting off ideas when I get them because I think stuff like that's cool. And there really is no male bobby pin. So like, why not, right? Let's see what else we got. 23andMe for what? I wrote that down because I already knew what I was going to say about this. So this 23andMe thing, a lot of people are telling me like, yo, do you know what part of Africa you're from? And do you know like if you maybe have like any kind of European of any kind of anything besides just black in you? I'm like, well, I mean, like my mom's black and my dad's black. Like I'm black. But at the same time, they'd be like, black and what? And I'm like, what do you mean? They'd be like, well, not all black people are just all black. You know what I'm saying? Some are, some aren't. And do you know which one you are? I was like, well, honestly, when you put it that way, like, no. Like, I was born in San Diego, you feel me? Like, raised all over the world in a sense as far as, like, the way I sound with an accent. But it's like, in general, like, a lot of people don't know where they're from, you know? But that being said, I feel like this 23andMe thing, I think that, I don't know how to think about it. I have two thoughts about this. So either this is a format for the feds to calculate every person on the planet. Because there's obviously aliens, people that are hiding, going places, dying and not being reported dead, all kind of shit in between. So I feel like, excuse me, I feel like this is their way of controlling the database of the population. Not like literally controlling the population, but just like, oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, no, we did have 10,000 people in Vermont last month. Like, they want to be able to know where people are. I don't want to really get into that. I'll let you guys kind of deal with that as you will. That being said, jumping back into music real quick, I want to not forget about this. If there's somebody out there that wants to do a versus with your boy, we can go single for single. You feel me? We can go bar for bar, if you will, and drop record for record on live and just see who's dope too. You feel me? Because I know I'm dope. So we'll talk about that later. But anyway, the last really important thing I wanted to talk about is that I paid for a psychologist, if you will. I'm trying to use the right terminologies here. Because my baby mama called me and she was distraught and infuriated and irate, losing her shit in a Target. And she was crying. I was like, what happened? And she was like, you won't believe it. You know, he kicked me in the leg and then he punched me in the hip. And I'm just so embarrassed. You wouldn't believe how embarrassed I am right now. And I was like, man, like I didn't really know how to respond to it. Like, as a dad, not even as like a guy in her life. No, as like a father, I didn't even know what to say. So first of all, I wasn't there. I was in Olympia, about 30 minutes south of the location she was at, which is Tacoma. So I was a ways away at the time. And she calls me and she's like, yo, he just hit me. I mean, whoop. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, yo, first of all, calm down. You're listening to me now. So you don't have to like go past this energy level. You can start to let it simmer and bring it down now. But first of all, what happened. And if I was to explain this scenario to you, I want you to tell me in the comments what you would do as a parent. And if you're not a parent, please respectfully stay out of the information. But like, so she's in line checking out with her items at the Target when the child hits the mommy, right? When this happens and she calls me crying and distraught, like I don't know how to, because everybody's staring at her and she starts to pay for her things and get out to the car. So she's telling me all this stuff. I go and I'm like, yo, I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I'm spinning Beetlejuice. And then I call and pay for psychological help. I pay for a consultation for like 1 hour just to talk to somebody for a second to see what I should do about this scenario. And I'm going to share with you guys because it's already paid for information, so he can fuck off at this point. But in general, it's like, and I mean fuck off in a sense that like he probably shouldn't be able to tell me not to tell other people what he told me or whatever the fuck. But what he told me is that like, that's a good thing. Like, my kid had hit a kid on the bus when I first put him in school. He actually let me show y'all something. Show y'all some cool ass shit. I ain't gonna put too much information in there for you, but you know what I'm saying? We graduating. You feel me? That is a graduation certificate from preschool from my mans. You dig? So we working hard as being good influencers. Yeah, I mean, so he had hit a kid on his bus at one point, and I was gonna pull him out of school. And I talked to the teacher, I talked to the principals, and the first thing they tell me is like, yo, don't do that. We need him here to teach him social interaction. So then COVID-19 happens. And my kid hasn't seen another child in fucking months. She takes him to a Target, she hits him. Now, what the doctor told me basically is that, break this down psychologically. If I was to tell you like, yo, you're making me mad. Yo, stop doing that. You're making me mad. Yo, quit doing that. You're making me mad. Son, I swear to God, if you do that again, I'm going to punch you in the face. Like that's a mental way that I connected you with my psychological process of what I do when I'm upset. Had I not said anything, I would have just punched you in the face, right? Now, what a kid does is that exact same thing, except for when they're fucking 5 years old. They don't know how to use the words to describe the emotion yet. All I know is like, oh shit, this is what testosterone feels like. Oh shit, this is adrenaline. Oh shit, this is strength. You know, and then all of a sudden the kids do things that they probably wouldn't ever do if they were grown-ups. Keep that in mind. Them wilding out like that makes them normal. If you have a 5-year-old, I have a 5-year-old. If you have a 5-year-old and he has not spoken to you for 5 years straight and doesn't ever talk, that's a problem. That's when you go to the doctor. And you open you start a retainer because you might need to have a couple sessions, you dig? But with what's going on in my situation, I learned that makes him normal. He's growing into learning what it feels like to know what an emotion is, to have a fight or flight switch in his head going on and off at any random point when something he doesn't like is around him, which he doesn't even have the words and sentences to formulate to tell me what those things are so I can keep them from around him. So if your kid is at an age where you're not supposed to understand them completely yet, don't try to. They're going to be like pit bulls with big heads and big paws with little bodies. You got to let them grow into their body, my nigga. And that's real. So, I mean, from one parent to another, that's about all I got. And this has been another rendition of ID Yourself. I'm your boy ID, short for ill-defined. I hope that everybody has a wonderful morning, a blessed, beautiful afternoon, a blissful, dreamy sleep evening. And, I'll be back again with some more news. We'll chop it up, you dig? Have a great day. Peace.